Welcome, beautiful souls. Hello, how are you doing? I hope you're okay. That's all I have to say. Okay. I'm here. Welcome. Thank you so much for tapping in, tuning in with Enchantress the Babbler on our evolutionary, revolutionary rise of high that is happening at this time because this is evolutionary, this is revolutionary, and there's just so much wonderfulness that happens here that I'm excited to be here, right? So the other day I did the frost full moon and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be. Usually every single moon has more than one name, but like the messages that were being brought to me at that time was frosty in every kind of way. So although the full moon has passed, it's like a day or two later and stuff like that, I just feel like I'm still being prompted to talk about this full moon, but now from the beaver moon concept. Like, you know what I mean? Because it comes from the Native American tribes who named each full moon based on the activities, right, occurring during that time of the year. So during November, December, beavers are known to build their dams and prepare for the winter ahead, right? Which is frosty, right? So it doesn't take away from the other message. I just feel like I'm to articulate a little bit more on this full moon that occurred, although all these messages are timeless, whatever the case may be. Um, November 27th, whenever you find yourself here, receiving this message and stuff like that, there's something in here for you, of course, right? Synchronicity's alignment is with you, right? Whatever the case may be. So we're gonna dive into it from the beaver perspective, the beaver standpoint, right? Spiritually and energetically, right? Because the beaver full moon also carries a significant influence, right? It symbolizes resourcefulness, right? Hard work, right? And the power of creation. So definitely go check out my last video, right? Which talks about the frost full moon, which is this full moon too that I'm speaking about. But I spoke about it from the frosty perspective, which needed to be said, and it has its own important messages within it too. And this one is going to add further to the enlightenment that exists in all my videos. You know what I'm saying? So give me a second because I just want to take another sip, and I don't want you to never mind, it's so hot. I took a sip, okay? All right. So these wonderful cups, I don't want to spill it and stuff like that. But White Rabbit Black Heart, definitely check him out on Instagram and stuff like that. I love his shop. His shop is located in Montclair, New Jersey. Okay, he is a wonderful, beautiful, beautiful soul. Like I'm talking about, maybe that's why everyone loves his shop even more. And just his heart is pure. His heart is so pure. He's such a beautiful man. Who owns and runs the Instagram and stuff like that. Either way, I love going to his place and his space and stuff like that. It's gorgeous. Like I don't think you're allowed to take pictures in there, but it is picturesque. You know what I'm saying? So either way, I got that cut from here. I am the spell. And so are you, right? Everything that you say and everything that you do, right? You are the creation of your creations. You are the creator of your creations. Either way, let's go into the I was gonna call it the frosty moon again because it is the frosty moon. The frost moon is called the frost moon. It's called the beaver moon, whatever the case may be. But today we're gonna articulate it with talking about the beaver aspect of it because I felt like there was an important message, right? Moon crystal power, right? So moon crystal power, transformation, unity, inner strength. And that's what we're gonna talk about here today, right? Like the moon crystallization power, right? Whether the moon is real or not, and something that is conditioned into our environment and like the hugest satellite or spy station ever. Like, we can go into conspiracy theories and all this other kind of stuff, whatever. That is welcome here. respectfully, right? We have the power of our imaginations to believe as we shall believe. But either way, the moon symbology, we're going to be talking about that here, right? And it's crystallization, it's power, right? Within our united energy nations and stuff like that, right? So beavers, right? Beavers are so cute. So I see them all the time. I have beavers. I even have a beaver that went into my back over here because, you know, it wants to eat. And because where I'm at and stuff like that, like it's not like a forest, but it's a lot of greenery, and then there's a lot of like passageway, there's tracks and stuff like that, and greenery, and so a lot of wild animals pass through my backyard, let's say, so to speak, and stuff like that. So beavers are no exception. So beavers are no exception. So beavers, I see them when I'm driving on the highway in the grass, so out there, you know, and stuff like that, and they're just always diligently like just doing their thing, right? And stuff like that. They look very smart. They look like they understand if you call out to them and stuff like that. So, you know, it's cool, right? Because beavers, I guess the word diligently, that's the word. Diligently. Diligently. Wait, let's look it up. Let's look it up, right? That's the word that wants to keep playing with my tongue, right? So diligently. I like to always further diligent, to be diligent, right? Having or showing care and conscientiousness in one's work or duties, right? Oh, and then that too, and we were talking about that, like with the frost full moon, right? And just in our cold and being frosty or cold or having to be that way in terms of our discernment in certain kind of aspects, certain kind of things, we're purging, right? So there might be a sense of purging, a lot of purging that we are diligently working on, right? You could be purging people, places, motherfudging things, right? Because sometimes those people, places, things can occupy or take up so much space, energy in our being in toxic kind of ways, right? So you might be taking away, you might be doing certain kind of things more or less, right? Or like sizing down, like, or removing things like that are just too much. Taking yourself away from certain environments that are just not good for you, right? You could be working on your health, your diet, your exercise, your skill sets, right? You could be just finer tuning certain kind of things. You could be fasting, you could be exercising, you could be purging certain things, clothes, items, things like that, like, you know, or, you know, just people, right? And environments that just do not align with your alignment anymore, right? Diligently. You're doing it diligently because you're building your home too, right? Oh, I'm gonna cry. You're building your home too, just like the beaver builds its home, right? So you're building your home, you're preparing for the colder months ahead, and you're doing so diligently, just like the beaver, right? So with this full moon that just passed, right, it's encouraging us to continue to focus on our goals, work diligently on our goals, right? And having such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful harmony towards our focus, right? And taking every single mother fudging step that is needed to manifest and align with our truest desires, with our purpose, and everything that we're doing in truth, in wisdom, right? This holy sanctuary that you're creating for yourself, right? Because the beaver also represents the element of water, right? So that's in our emotional realms, right? Beavers are closely associated with the watery realms, right? Because so water symbolizes our emotions, right? It symbolizes our intuition. It symbolizes our subconscious mind, right? So during this time, it's beneficial. It's so beneficial. It's beneficial to tune in, tap in, turn on, tune in to our emotions, right? Paying attention to our dreams. our dreams are heightened at this time, especially if you're purging. If you're purging and you're doing certain, because so you might be removing certain toxicities from your body. You might be saying that certain things, like you can't eat certain things anymore, you can't drink certain things anymore, you can't consume certain things anymore that maybe you once did. Maybe, you know, whether it was even light drugs or, you know, smoking marijuana or drinking occasionally here or having a glass of wine here, you might find that those things are not serving you anymore. And it's not about serving, it's not about judging, and it's not all about that. It's just, you might find, oh my gosh, like I'm not reacting the same to these things anymore. So then when you take it away, right, and you start not doing these certain things, you might find you now tapped in, turned on, tuned in, heightened your sense of like your intuition increases, your dreams are so potent, and it's just like, oh my gosh, like they're lucid, they're vivid, they're magnificent, right? Because you're taking away the things that might have been clouding that and things like that, right? So you're tuning in and you're connecting on a deeper sense, like with your own intuitive wisdom, right? Your own intuitive connection, right? Your own intuitive powers, right? That just come to you, right? And it's say so sailor, we're pre Mercury shadow too, right? So look at sailors, Mercury's are rippling. So let's pay attention to that, right? Let's pay attention to, right? Because Mercury retrograde, right? Also coming in, tapping in, turning on, tuning in. And we might be feeling those ripples now, right? So sailors, ay, ay. Let me take a sip of water. I was gonna say coffee here. You might be staying away from caffeine or only having 1 cup of coffee a day. Whatever the case may be, maybe you're having 5 or maybe you're having 6, or you know, certain kind of things, just certain kind of things that you're starting to see, like damn, or you might be fasting, right? Fasting is a huge part of my lifestyle, right? I like the benefits that occur when I fast. Like, and that's not why I do it, but it's so beneficial on so many physiological, emotional, energetic, like spiritual levels, like on a whole evolutionary scale. We could talk about fasting for this whole entire video. I'm not gonna do that. But harmony, romance, and cycling, right? In this infinite potential, right? So infinity, potentiality, and destiny, clarity, insight, calm. Okay. So look at Sailor Mercury's aqua. All right, let's because I'm gonna start pulling even more, right? So let's do that. Right? Let's just okay, let me slow down with how many cards I'm pulling right now, because then I start getting a whole shitload of fucking information, and then I'm like overload. Right? So right, what was I saying? Right? So either way, like you're starting to finer tune, tapping in, turning on, tuning into the finer tuning of you in every kind of way. And it's whatever it is that it's doing. Like, so we got Mercury, right? And Mercury's energy, right, which is in our communication, right? Which is that air quality. It's in our intellect, right? It's in how we intellectualize. It's in how we communicate. It's in how we go about, and we're doing certain kind of things. And with this Beaver full moon energy too, right? In our emotions, in these emotional waters that are deepest as the sea, we're coming undone. You know what I mean? And so it's a rebirth happening here at this time. And it's just like, mastery, right, happening. Look, in the watery realms, right, in this watery realms, right, this crystallization, this moon power that we're harnessing, we're harvesting, we're tapping into, we're turning on, we're tuning in, and it's just getting better and better and better, because you're aligning with the alchemy that is you, and you're staying true, right, and authentic to you, and you're listening at this time, right? You're not questioning. Yeah, we're still questioning, granted, right? Because that's how we knock and the door shall open, ask and ye shall receive, right? We're following these commandments, you know what I mean? But it's like you're not doubting. There we go. You're not doubting certain things anymore. And you're starting to see the ripple effects of those ways. Sailor Mercury's aqua mirage, right? Aqua, watery mirage, this thing that's coming into full awareness, right, with clarity, right? So you're gaining clarity, you're gaining you're gaining clarity, you're gaining insight, you're gaining calm, even if there's a motherfucking storm, A tsunami comes and you're calm. You're like, Spirit got me. God got me. The universe got me. I got me. Right? The people that I surround myself around with now, I know that they got me. I got them too. And to trust that, to be able to be like, damn, even if it's just like one person on your side, right? Because you knocked down all the fucking deceitful mofos, pretending, hateful, envy, evil eye, all this kind of stuff, this bullshit. The bullshit people that be standing around acting like they for you when they not. They're not even for themselves. They can't get out of their own envy. They can't get out of their own fucking evil eye type of stuff. And all this other kind of stuff. Or looking, comparing and contrasting apples to motherfucking oranges and then hating you for it. Like, are you kidding me? Right? So getting out of that type of environment and saying, you know what, I don't need your fucking validation. I don't need your accreditation. I don't need you to accept me. I accept myself, right? And it's just like, look at this mystery, Sailor Cosmos mystery, infinity, potentiality, destiny, because that's your destiny, that's your birthright, that's your enlightenment, right? So you're becoming more enlightened, right? At this time, tapping into your intuitive wisdom, right? So with this energy of the Beaver Full Moon, the Frost Full Moon, right? It supports us in diving deep into these waters, right? This deep sea within ourselves, right? Exploring our emotions. And while we're exploring them, we're gaining valuable insights at the same time, which is like evolutionary, it's enlightenment and all this other kind of stuff, right? Because the significance of the beaver as a spirit animal guide, right? Two, the beaver embodies qualities, right? Such as determination, right? Determination, adaptability, and cooperation. So now you're determined. Now you're being more adaptable. Now you're being a little bit more fucking cooperative. And that is what may have been missing from before, because when we're resisting, we're fighting the wave, we're fighting the current and all this kind of stuff, right? Now we're being more adaptable. Now we're like, okay, I'm adaptable, I'm determined, I'm discerning, and I'm clear. I'm clear, right? And then part of the message too, definitely go watch the other video, the Frost Full Moon, because there's messages in there too, right? I'm clear to play because I'm protected in every kind of way. I'm divinely lit, guided, and protected. No motherfudging weapons formed against me shall motherfudging prosper at this time. Because ooh, we feel sorry for that mofo that tries. And we're not even feeling sorry anymore. You brought it to yourself. That may have been what too, part of the resistant wave. Oh, I have compassion even for my fucking enemies. I see where they're coming from. That shit is tiring already, right? To see where they're coming from, but they still attack. So it's like, no, you chose that path for yourself. I don't feel sorry for you anymore. You should feel sorry for yourself. Right? So it's like discernment rules. And you're not resisting. And you're not trying anymore where you don't need where you don't need to keep on overly extending yourself. You don't need to keep on people pleasing. You don't need to keep on trying to validate, trying to be validated, trying to fit into rooms that don't fucking want you in there. It's like, nah, bitch, this is my room. You don't want me here, you leave. You know, shit like that, right? It's like, what? Like, I'm not bothered by your existence. You're bothered by mine. So get in, tap in, turn on, tune into your presence, your existence, your essence. And if I rub you the wrong way, oh fucking well. I'm not going to dim my light. I'm not going to dim my shine. I'm not going to make myself smaller because I feel your envy. I feel the way you feel, and that's making me feel, it don't make me feel uncomfortable anymore. I step on that beast. I'm silencing it. I'm proceeding accordingly. Right? And so this beaver type energy is excellent, right? For building, right? Beavers embody these qualities, right? And so they're excellent builders. They create homes, right? And they provide safety and security for their families. So that's like another big message that's coming, like, you're safe, you are protected, right? And so beavers can teach us that, right? The importance of hard work, perseverance, right? And the ability to adapt to our surroundings. right? So when we incorporate the energy, right, of the beaver as a spirit animal guide, we can learn to harness our own resourcefulness and to tap into our innate ability to create the life that we desire. And we have everything is coming clear, and there's harmony here too, right? Harmony, romance, the cycle, right? And it has to happen within yourself first. Granted, you can have a partner, right? I'm not talking about those of you that are already partnered, those of you that are already married, those of you that have your life partner and all this other kind of stuff. But maybe for those of you that don't, right? And you want it, and you're starting to align with that truth, right? If you want it and you're still resisting it, like, I don't need it, you still have a lot of healing left to do. And so that, if you're here and you're listening to this message now, know that part of you that has had to be tough, that part of you that has had to okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. I'm so sorry about that. That's like work related. But what was I saying? See, I should have it on do not disturb, but I can't. I can't right now. Oh yeah. So for those of you that don't let this like whole like movement of I don't need nobody, I don't need a man, I don't need a girl, I don't need a relationship, I don't don't be fooled by that bullshit, right? Oh, I could take care of myself. I've had to take care of myself. I've had to do this all my that's bitter talking. And I'm saying this with so much compassion and love for you in my heart, right? Understanding that I too walk a rough path and I too have to do a lot of shit on my own. Okay? But at the end of the day, when all shit falls over and everything is said and done, and we laying up at night and all this, granted, life is not about having a fucking intimate partner in a relationship and somebody to bang every single night and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be. That's not what it's about. You should be whole and fulfilled within yourself before projecting and subjecting somebody to toxicities within you that you really need to take care of on your own, because you should be the best version of yourself to give the best version of yourself to someone else so that they too can give you the best version of themselves, and together you complement each other wonderfully. And granted, there are people that don't do that and they get into relationships and they're each one helps one another out and it works out too. There's some of that too. There's a lot of toxic in relationships that end up fucking beating each other down, and before you know it, nobody's a complementary partner to the other. People barely know each other. People fucking don't, there's the romance is gone, everybody's survival mode, and like, do we even talk anymore? Right? But we're not going to talk about that, right? Because that's not what this is about. But what I'm saying is, for those of you that have been disappointed, for those of you that have been waiting, for those of you that feel like, oh my gosh, is it ever going to happen for me? And all this other kind of stuff. Or for those of you that are swearing off of it, especially if you're swearing off of it, I say, and I'm not saying, but I'm being put to say, let's heal that too. Let's heal that. Let's heal that side of ourselves that is rough, that is tough, that has been through it, that has been beat down, dragged down, and is only saying that because they don't want to be disappointed anymore. Ooh. Let's heal that relationship. Let's heal that. Right? Let's heal that. Because that's not true. That's hurt talking. The hurt in you is still talking. And you don't want the hurt in you to lead the path that'll leave you lonely in the end. Like, damn, I'm really resentful about life. So don't be bitter. Don't talk from a hurt perspective. Silence the beast, because that beast will lie to you. And then you start saying that shit out loud and you start creating that shit for yourself. So don't lie to yourself. Some people, unless you are like completely like, I don't want a relationship, I never want one. If you never want one, then fine, keep saying that. If you never want one. But if some part of you, deep down in you, may want one in the future, shut up. Don't say that shit no more. That's a lie. You don't really mean that. So stop letting the hurt part of yourself create your future. Because even if you find somebody for yourself later on in the future, ask yourself what energy you really think you attracted to yourself when you were talking all that shit from before. Really think about that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, having to, and I'm telling you, I'm coming from a space of a place, I have been in the most abusive, toxic relationships even with a man that would have fucking killed me. And even after I left that relationship all those years ago, I did not dim the prospects of another, even though I knew I needed to be by myself for a long time. I do live a celibate, abstinent type of lifestyle. I have been for a very long time, and I'm not opposed to love. I'm not saying anything like that, but I'm not jumping in from one bed to another, right? And I'm glad for my patience, and I'm glad for being able to see that through, because you can see that too. Like I remember there was somebody like, years ago that I had this great connection with, great friends, right? Because I believe in friendship. Because what are we without lust? We got to be great friends, right? If we can't get past that, and we can't grow past the lust, what do we have? Because once the lust is gone, and then you and me are standing here raw dog ourselves, do we even like each other? Because we can all be lustful. I'm a passionate motherfucking being. I got strong Scorpio Sag in a whole bunch of other signs in my chart that are just wild. It's the most easiest thing to do. But that's not what I want. I want substance. I want something that's going to stand through the test of time. And I'm willing to be patient. And I'm willing to be respectful to myself, my body, my mind, my whole soul, body, mind, body, heart, and soul. And people be like, oh, you're waiting for Mr. Perfect or whatever the case may be. Let them talk their shit. They're not me. And a lot of the times the people talking that shit are not even happy for them, with themselves, by themselves, or with their partner. So they're looking for me to settle too. That's not happening here. It's not about settlement. It's about complementary. It's about healthy. It's about being non-toxic. And if I created that substance within my being, and I created that respect, that well within my being, there are others out there too that are of high value and know what the fuck I'm talking about. And let's create that for ourselves. So if you're disappointed in love and you're upset about it, but you want it, don't speak that upset into the universe, please. That's the point I'm just trying to make. Because you're just creating this level of disappointment for yourself in the future. And you don't want to do that. You want to be kind to yourself. You want to be gentle to yourself. You want to be compassionate to yourself. And you want to be loving to yourself. And if that's what you want to create for yourself, love, commitment, loyalty, royalty, romance, then speaketh that. Beeth that. Create that. Create that. Find the other things within you that creates that, right? Harmony, that creates that romance, that creates and builds all of that for yourself. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So either way, right? So we have beavers as this teacher, right? To teach us this importance of hard work, of this perseverance, and the ability to adapt to their surroundings. Right? So that's good. That's really good. I didn't mean to be like scoldy, but that's the way I talk. And so may you appreciate the way that I talk. That's that Sagittarius in me, that be as blunt as can be. And sometimes it can feel like, you know, like insensitivity, but it's really not. It's just life experience and wisdom and just being open to the channeling of the divine that exists at this time, and that allows me to articulate in such a way that I convey the things that I say, and it might trigger in some kind of way, but it's for healing, revolution, and evolution that exists within each and every one of us. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we're creating here. Healthy, happy, right? Healthy and happiness. Healthy happiness. I like that. Healthy happiness, right? So, right, right, so we're creating healthy happiness. We're incorporating, right, the energy of the beaver, right? And we can use this as an animal spirit guide with wisdom. The beaver embodies qualities, right? Right? That we want to harness, right? We can learn to harness our own resourcefulness, right? And we can tap into our innate ability to create the life that we want, the life that we desire, the life that we deserve, right? So the beaver reminds us, Helios blessings, bless us, right? Right? Purity, dreams, protector, right? Dreams keep coming up. And so for those of you, I know I spoke about this in my other videos too and stuff like that. I'm always trying to like articulate the importance of dream journaling, because you're gonna have a lot of visions. And just understand that a vision can come in a metaphoric kind of way or in another depiction in some kind of way, but the message will be clear. So you can actually have a dream with this, and that. And the meaning of the dream is very clear from this, and that. And so the meaning can show itself up in real life in a different this, and that. But the meaning is still the same. And yet that vision is just as prophetic as any clear vision you can have through psychic powers. You know, so learn to appreciate the language that decodes, that uploads within you. It's unique. You got to learn the language of your soul, right? So learning the language of your soul is going to come in different kind of ways. You can daydream and have visions. Keep a journal of that too, right? I daydream a lot, and those are just as good as my dream visions. I'll be like, whoa, 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 where was I going there? Let me write this shit down. Hold up. And I distinguish in my dream journal, daydream, night dream. So maybe somebody needed to hear that. Maybe you have a lot of daydreams too. They're just as good as your dreams that you dream lucidly, vividly, potently at night or whenever you sleep. Because if your mind can wander and go off there and you can recall and recapture those, like, wait a minute, I was just thinking about this, blah, 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 blah. You could call it our imagination, you could call it whatever. Write that shit down too. Write it down, right? And as we write it down, the purity of our dreams are protected, right? So the beaver's here to remind us to stay focused on our goals, keep working diligently. That's the word for today. The word is diligently, and make the most of our available resources and the things. Just show gratitude for all that you have at this moment in time. Legacy, past lives, eternal love, right? So some certain kind of themes could be coming up too, right? Certain recurring thoughts, recurring dreams, recurring patterns could be showing themselves to you here, silver millennium. So it's like a silver lining to building your legacy from past lives that are intertwining and that they are connecting themselves here. So there could be a song of eternal love that sings through you too. Mercury's wisdom coming through, right? Intellect, clarity, communication being communicated at this time. Sailor's starlight search, right? Journey, hope, and identity, right? So your identity being formed, right? In a healer's kind of way. Sailor stars, healers, healing. You're healing. Healing at this time. It's recovery. It's insight. It's serenity. Right? It's renewal. It's pure prosperity. It's unity. The golden ages. The golden age is dawning. right? Code name too. So there could be certain kind of things that you're doing too that you could be kept hidden. Good. Keep it hidden from certain kind of things because it's being illuminated. Right? You might have an alter ego. You might have started a secret blog, a secret vlog, a secret like you can have a, what is it called? A pen name, like writing a book under a different alias or something like that, or creating art, or have another kind of Instagram, have another kind of YouTube, have another kind of social media platform that you're keeping your identity a secret, right? Or right, new beginnings, an alter ego, or you could be creating fantasy, you could be creating something that is through your alter ego, music, right? You can be coming out as an artist, you can be coming out as a musician, you can be coming out as an actor, you can be changing your name, changing your stage name, changing who you are, changing the role that you're playing, right? Tapping into your inner child wonder, right? Allowing this growth to bring cheer, right? Innocently too, because it's just another part of you, another extension of you shining forth, coming through. Galactica super string, right? Entanglement, fate, control, right? So some of you could be tying into new deals, tying into new seals, making gold, coming gold, platinum, certain kind of like musicality, certain kind of degrees, certain kind of connections, certain kind of certificates, certain kind of licensing, certain kind of maybe even entanglements, that like having a what are those things called? Uh shit. What are they called? It's at the tip of my tongue. Um Damn, hold on, let me take a sip. Mm. An agent or something, something, right? Because of your ambition, your planning, your determination, right? We're talking about a determination. Look, it's starlight, honeymoon, therapy, kiss, right? Bliss, healing, completion, right? Mystery, art, and emotion, right? So you might have an agent, you might have an opportunity at something, right? An evolution, right? Into something. So Sailor Jupiter's oak evolution, Sailor Jupiter, Grandpa Jupiter coming in, blessing up this whole entire thing. Some of you here could be a Sagittarius or have Sagittarius in your chart, right? But your resilience is just shining through, right? This providence of strength, nobility, right? With the moon's embrace, nurture, empathy, intuition, right? With this moon's embrace. So with this Beaver Moon's energy, we can engage in certain kind of practices that are going to highlight these certain kind of templates of dynasty that's being created here. We are setting more intentions, taking the time, right, to reflect on our goals, setting clear intentions for what we want to manifest and do in our lives, right? We could be writing stuff more down, right? Being more diligent, right? Deliberate, right? With the way that we're doing things, right? So that things can come into fruition. We're being responsible, we're being accountable. Our work ethic is what? Integrity, right? It's with integrity, embracing the beaver's work ethic too, right? So we're getting shit done, committing to putting in the necessary effort to achieve one's goals, right? This is the time to be proactive, diligent, right? That's the word, diligent, right? And focus on all our tasks, right? And then also exploring our emotional realms, right? Diving into our emotions in a healthy way, in a wealthy way, in a stealthy way, and paying attention to all of our intuitive insights that come up, right? This is an opportune time, right, to engage in these practices, to be to practice our to dive more into our meditations, into our exercise, into our journaling, right, into our own therapy, into our own gain deeper self-awareness, into our diet, into our physical fitness regimen, right? Into our fasting, right? Into our prayer, being like a prayer warrior, right? This is an excellent time too, right? For collaboration, right? Because beavers like working together. So that's another thing this world can fucking learn from these animals, right? Have you been watching my spirit animal segment? Oh, did I even post the new one? Oh my gosh, I didn't even post the new one. I have to finish editing that video because I did it on my phone, and of course, right, it to upload from my phone, it doesn't let me upload like an hour-long video, so I had to cut it into two. And oh my gosh, I forgot about that. So I have another number 2 video coming out, but it'll be in 2 parts for this the enchanting spirit animal segment. You could check my playlist and stuff like that. I dive into all the spirit animals that want to come up and play. And so my lifelong connection with animals on real and unreal and surreal and mystical and whatnot. This entire segment is dedicated to doing a video on every animal that I'm gonna do a video on because they're all my favorite. You know what I mean? So definitely go check that out because we talk about spirit animal wisdoms. We dive into the history of the animal itself, whether it be mystical, real or not, or whatever the case may be, their powers, the spiritual aspect into them. I give affirmations, and what else I do there? I give quotes and things like that as well. It's fun. They're not supposed to be that long of a video, so excuse that. This video number 2, which is going to come in 2 parts, so it'll be 3 videos now shared and stuff like that. That might be the longest one, and that was because I don't know, it was just so much to unpack. I'm gonna do better in trying to condense it and not make it so damn long. They're gonna be shorter videos, but either way, that one came out as long as it did, and I'm not gonna edit it out. Like, I don't edit in the sense that I change anything, remove stuff. I don't remove anything. Like, everything that I record gets shown and stuff like that. It's just I had to cut it into 2 videos, and then that took some time, and then and just life, because I'm so busy, I totally forgot. So definitely look for that upcoming video that'll be shared within the next couple of days because I got a lot of shit going on this week for myself as well, and so I will be sharing that soon. Yeah, so look into that as well. I can't believe I forgot about that. I'm glad we're talking about the spirit animals and stuff like that because oh my gosh, like that's a good one. That one is the bear. It's the bear. So, I'll be showing it in 2 parts because it doesn't allow me to upload the whole hour-long video from my phone onto YouTube. It keeps saying error, upload error, and like whatever. So I had to cut it down in size, like whatever the case may be. I think it's like 50 something minutes long, and it's not letting me freaking upload it all at once like that. I don't know why that's happening. For my phone, you would think that I would be able to upload any amount of minute video from my phone, but it wasn't letting me. All right, so I've babbled enough about that. But yeah, so but what were we talking about? Oh yeah, like beavers like to work together, and we have so much to learn. Humans have so much to learn from the animal species, the animal kingdom. This is why I post as many animal. Oh, some of you too, like when we're talking about it, right? Like about purging and all this kind of stuff. Some of you might be hermiting right now, wintertime. I was saying that too, like to my daughter. I was like, I feel like a bear. I want to hibernate, like, you know, like whatever. I want to hermit. I want to go into my cave. I want to sleep a little bit longer. So you might, even though there's a lot more energy and there's a lot of things that you could be having to do, and maybe you're not, sneak in your little rest. Naps are so wonderful. Some people don't like naps and they can't nap and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be. But I don't know. I find naps to be, if you can, when you can, squeeze one in. It's like, it can be like a shot of adrenaline. Like you take this little power nap and it's like, and you're ready to freaking stay up for the next 3 days. You know what I'm saying? So either way, you might be going private. You might be ending certain kind of things. You might be ending certain kind of things, like, so maybe certain type of social medias. You could be fasting social media. You could be fasting. You don't just have to fast food, drink, and all this other kind of stuff. You can fast things. You can fast tarot cards. You can fast things that take you away from responsibilities, like things that keep you away. Like, let's say you're playing too much video games, you could fast video games, right? Just to get your discipline, your alchemy and balance and stuff like that. You could do a lot of stuff to help yourself, right? You could be fasting, different things. It doesn't have to necessarily just be food. You know what I'm saying? But collaborations, right? This is an ideal time for that. And I know, trust me, right? People choose like who they want to collaborate with in very sometimes in energetically shady kind of ways, right? Like if you intimidate too much, people don't want to collaborate with you. You know what I'm saying? No, no, right? Like you could take away their juice. Like, I don't want your juice, bitch. Like we just supposed to collaborate, right? But like beavers love working together because they realize the harmony. They realize how much more they can get done together when they work together. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of like sometimes humans have so much ego. Everybody wants to be the king. Everybody wants to be the queen. And so too many kings and queens occupying the same land. Everybody wants all the attention on them. And so anybody else, they don't want to share it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, can we all just get along and do what needs to be done? You know what I'm saying? So beavers work together to build their dams. And nobody's sitting here like, I did that. I built that one. Did you see how pretty mom was? I mean, sure, if you want to paint your dam and make it a little bit prettier and all this other kind of like, when I did that, I added little artsy flowers to it and all this other kind of stuff. Then do you be the artist that is you. But let's build the damn dams together. You know what I'm saying? So this is a time to consider though collaborating with others who share similar goals and visions, right? So finding that, right? Pooling resources and skills because you can achieve a lot more collectively that way, right? So, you know, the energy of the Beaver Moon itself is very, very supportive. It's very encouraging. Destiny, leadership, femininity, right? Sacrifice, control, right? Pluto's time, stop, right? Pluto's coming up in the mix. Okay. Right. But it's a time too, like, you know what I'm saying? Like to tap into turn on, tune into our inner energy, our power, right? Embracing resourcefulness, right? And diligently just working towards stuff that we want to achieve, that we want to establish, that we want to have, that we want to make sure that we align with in truth, wisdom, right? Whatever it is that we want to create for ourselves, right? Because you are resourceful, right? Right. So like, you know, affirming these things for ourselves, right? I'm resourceful and capable of manifesting my desires, right? I embrace the power of hard work, right? Beauty, impact, resolve, providence, strength, nobility. I embrace this power of hard work and dedication in achieving my goals, right? I trust in divine timing of all my manifestations, right? I am adaptable and open to change. I work diligently on that which I wish to create. I'm in tune with my intuition and trust its guidance, right? I release any and all limiting beliefs that hinder my progress. I'm focused. I am committed, right? I am pursuing my goals consistently, diligently. I'm taking action towards my dreams. I'm resilient and I overcome every fucking thing. Every obstacle that comes in my way, I overcome it time and time again, right? I am connected. I'm tapped in, turned on, tuned in. I am connected to the flow of abundance within the universe. Tapped in my energy. My energy is sweet, right? I'm worthy of success and prosperity. I am success. I am prosperity, right? I create harmony. I am harmonious. I am balanced. I seek balance. I create balance. I am balanced. I work between I create a harmonious balance between work and rest in my life. Right? I attract, right, positive opportunities and supportive people into my life, and everybody else can fucking go, right? Everybody else can go, right? Because you're not gonna knock my grow. Just so that if you didn't know, and if you think that you can try to dim my success, you're only dimming your own light further and further, my friends. So I suggest you don't do that, please. Don't do that, right? Because I trust in my ability to build solid foundations, right? For all of my dreams, right? And I'm releasing all fear, all doubt, and I'm embracing the power within me. I align my actions, right? I align my actions with my true purpose and passion, right? So there's just so much that we can say, right? I honor my emotions in every kind of way and allow them to guide me towards greater understanding. Crystal Tokyo, prosperity, peace, vision, purity, power, sacrifice, illusion, self-discovery, the paths that you're on, right? The purity of your power is the sacrifice that you make in all that you do, to sacrifice the illusions that be trying to be put before you, right? And this self-discovery, this uncovery, this recovery, this path that you're on is prosperous, you see, bringing forth peace within your vision. You're creating the crystallization that is needed here on this path, right? You're taking full command of your own lands, Elysians, serenity, sanctuary, healing, right? Healing all that you're doing. You're healing all that you're doing. This sanctuary, healing your dreams, right? I like that. I like that. Right? What else? What else before we go? So either way, I hope that this was insightful for you, helpful to you, that you love the messages that be spinning through, right? Right? Ultimate clarity, divinity, eternal tier purification, right? This purification, ultimate clarity, divinity, right? So that's what's happening here at this time. Opposition, challenges, and reflection. So any kind of opposition, any kind of challenge is your opportunity. Black moon shadow might be coming up, right? It triggers, right? People, shadow elements, right? And creating art from this element in space. So like for me, like I deal with opposition, I write a poem about it, right? I write a blog entry about it. I draw a picture about it. I write about it. I journal about it. I vent about it, and I dance about it. So you're finding a newer outlet, a healthier outlet of a way to transmute the Black moon shadow. Any challenge that comes up is your moment for reflection, right? Introspection. And so you're allowing these spaces, these places to teach you. Each one, reach one, teach one, even when the shit is motherfucking tough. Even when it's tough, right? Because you're creating this sanctuary, this healing sanctuary for your dreams right now to come into fruition, right? All right, what animals want to come up in here right now and speak to us and reveal to us some more empowering messages, right? I don't like to say the word empowering because you are empowered. Sometimes we just forget it. You are powerful, right? So it's just a reminder in every kind of way, right? Mermaid, right? Enchanting. You are enchanting. You are unconventional and you have strong convictions, right? And so you have this allure to you, this allure, this seductress, this enchanting quality to you that people love you, right? Even if people hate on you, it's because they're jealous, right? And we were talking about that, right? We were talking about that. Me and my daughter, we had an interesting conversation the other day because she was talking about a comedian and stuff like that, and how she didn't like their arrogance and how they were saying that anybody that disliked them was a hater, right? And she was like, how can somebody say that? Maybe somebody just didn't like you. And I was like, no. I was like, I can see the point of what that person is saying, right? Because it's one thing, you don't have to like what somebody does. You don't have to like their art. You don't have to like their clothes. You don't have to like the way that they look and all this other kind of stuff. You're entitled to your opinion. But when you strongly dislike somebody, right? For no reason, right? For no reason, right? And that you want to talk shit about them or you want to feel a certain type of way about them, right? The way they look, the way they act, and what they do should not trigger you so much. You're being a hater, like, period. Especially if this person is not doing anything to hurt you or other people, or granted, you might not dig their personality, you might not dig the way that they do something, but just like, you know what I mean? Like, so, and this is me coming from, and then I had to say this to her in a way to make her understand it for herself, of how she too deals with envy and jealousy from other people for no fucking reason. And she's like, oh, yeah, 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 yeah. So especially if you're not about being destructive, you're not being, like, even if you are being arrogant in some kind of way and stuff like that, if you're not hurting nobody, you're not doing nothing to nobody, and people are just hating on you because you shine bright and stuff like that, yeah, they're hating on you for no fucking good reason. So this person that she was talking about and stuff like that, she saw the point that I was trying to make, that, granted, you don't have to like this person's comedy. You don't have to like this person's attitude and all this other kind of stuff, like, oh, the way they talk, the whatever the case may be. But if they ain't doing nothing to hurt you or doing nothing to insult you or fucking shit on you and stuff like that, but you're just hating on them, then yes, people are, you're being hated on. So this person is saying, in that kind of light and perspective, like, anybody that doesn't like them is just a hater, because what am I doing to you? I'm just trying to make everybody feel good. I'm just trying to make everybody laugh. I'm just trying to help people, like, to feel good in this fucked up world. And you're not liking me? Yeah, you're a fucking hater. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, so as much love as you might receive is the same amount of hate that you might receive, the same kind of envy you might receive too, because of the love that you receive, right? And people might not like that crow, but we walk around with wisdom, right? Destiny, teasing, and a secret sharer, right? So you might be connected to different kind of animals too. And the first animal you can go check out, even though this is crow that's coming up, I did raven. And then bear is going to be next and stuff like that. But crow's coming up too, because crow's my baby. Crow's my baby. I was with the crows the other day, literally the crows and the seagulls. Anyways, but that's just me. I spend a lot of time with animals. I spend a lot of time in nature. I always find these hot spots that have certain particular type of animals, and I have a lot of animal run-ins and like weird shit that happens and goes down, which is an animal out of nowhere too. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, oh my God. And maybe that's like you too, right? So you have a lot of wisdom to share from the universe that comes to you and talks to you through these majestic beings, right? Even if it's just in your dreams, right? Snake, because we're shedding, we're rebirthing, we're grounded in these holy vibrations. We're creating these holy vibrations, right? I love that. I love that. This rebirth, this regrounding, right? This groundedness that comes from you, right? Frog, right? We were doing the frogs with the kids today because I teach yoga and stuff like that. But regeneration, transformation, and personal power, right? Personal power, the cougar, confident, responsible, and spiritual warrior. These be you. Like, I want you to understand that these animals are coming up to remind you, for those of you that are tapped in, turned on, tuned in here, this is the message to you, to remember who the fuck you are, to stand 10 toes deep down into everything that you are being and rise confidently, right? Rise responsibly, for you are the spiritual warrior here, transmuting this nonsense here on earth and transforming, right? The collective through your example. You're not just talking about it, you walking the talk, right? You're not just about this clout shit and over here fame shit and just want to be all guru freaking worshipped shit. Nah, this is about the collective. This is about what the greater good that you're doing for the all through the one that is you. You know what I'm saying? Right? This be true. Turtle, and shit takes time. Shit takes a lot of time. So be patient as your stability grows. Be motherly, right? Even if you don't have children, right? Just think about what the divine mother would be like to you. So how can you be that for yourself and for others? Some of you here too might have a hard time getting pregnant and maybe want to get pregnant, or maybe some of you know that you can't. Let's heal that too. Let's heal that divine mother aspect in you, just because whether you create life or not, you could be a dude here too. Maybe you want children you don't have. Maybe you haven't found the partner to have children with. Let's heal that aspect within yourself, the divine father, divine mother that exists within you still, whether you have children or not. Don't let society dictate for you and tell you you can't be motherly, fatherly just because you don't have any seeds. You can be these things because it exists deep within your being. This world fucked you up, right? If you have any kind of fertility issues and stuff like that, know that that's conditioned in you. That's not you. Still within you is the seed of motherly, fatherly seeds. You know what I mean? So don't get trapped. Don't get trapped by the picture that it might paint. Telling you something that you ain't when you are. You know what I mean? Owl. I'm gonna end it with owl. I'm getting really emotional. When do I not get emotional, guys? It's my Pisces moon. Insight, mystery, and hidden potential. Let's show the world your hidden potential. Okay. Till next time, thank you so much for tapping in, turning on, tuning in with Enchantress Thee Babbler on our evolutionary high. Please be so kind as to hit the like button. Help my channel to continue to grow and for other people to find my channel too. It is competitive out there in this world, and the algorithms be whatever they freaking be. And I'm not gonna go buy likes. I'm not gonna go buy views. I'm not gonna go do all this kind of stuff. So if you would be so kind, especially if you watched the fucking video and you tapped in, turned on, tuned in, be supportive. Draw in that energy too for yourself. Let's be reciprocal here. You know what I mean? So next time. Bye.